psychologist. I help you write a book, build a brand, grow a business. Started in this space in 1991. Wrote my first book in 2003. Published a book in 2006. Became a best-selling author in 2015. And then after 2015, I matched my salary that year at Louisiana College. I matched it again in 2016. And at the end of 2016, walked away, became a full-time writer, speaker, coach. And since then, I've never looked back. I never looked back. I have been excited about helping people write and publish books the right way. Okay. And so in today's training, I'm going to give you 10 ways to avoid getting sued. Okay. 10 ways to avoid getting sued. And then, people only sue bestsellers. Okay. They only sue bestsellers. This is one of my authors here. This was a concern that she had. And this is another one of my authors right here. This is a concern that she had as well. Okay. Most people are concerned about getting sued. Okay. So what I want you to do is tell me where you're coming in from. Tell me where you are coming in from. Go ahead and put that in the comment box below, and I'll get started with our teaching. And in this training, I'm going to be giving you 10 ways to avoid getting sued as an author. Are you ready to get started? Okay. I want you to, what I want to do is I want to share this live over on Periscope so that I can share it over into, LinkedIn. Okay. So I want to share it over in LinkedIn, and that's the only way I can do it. It's right here. So we'll get started right after we do that. Okay. So I know I'm going to add a lot of value. People only sue bestsellers. Yep, that's true. That's true. Okay. They generally only sue bestsellers. Do you know why people only sue bestsellers? Because bestsellers represent people who are making income. If you're a bestseller, then you've made money, and you only sue people who are making money. You don't sue people who don't have money. Okay. Are y'all ready to get started? Who's in with us today? Looking for your comments here in the box here. I'm listening. Facebook user 100%. I'm listening. Okay. You're listening. I'm ready to share. Number one, when writing and publishing a book, don't put anything in the book about a person being a criminal, sexually deviant, or diseased. Okay. You can't do that. Don't label anyone. Okay. Don't label. Okay. If you're taking notes, put that in the comment box. Number one, don't label. Don't label somebody as being criminal. Don't label them as being sexually deviant. Don't label them as having a disease. You can't put labels on people out here when they're writing and publishing a book. Why? You're putting that in writing. And when you put it in writing, that is liable. It is in writing. It lasts longer. It's going to cause more impact or more effect. Why is it that you don't want to put this kind of stuff in a book? Because a book is going to be out here forever. And if you put this book out here forever and you are saying these kind of things about people, it's going to cause a problem. It's going to cause a problem. Okay. It's going to cause a problem. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. Okay. Bestseller overnight. You can sign up right there and get strategy on how you can do that. Okay. We're going to hide that and we're going to keep going. By the way, this is not legal advice. This is business coaching only. I am not your lawyer. This is business coaching only. You are advised and encouraged to find a lawyer if you got a specific situation that you're dealing with. Okay. So you don't want to hurt anybody professionally when you write and publish a book. That's why that is so important. That's why it's so important not to do that. You don't want to hurt somebody professionally. Okay. That's number one. Are you ready for number two? Number two. Never say something like, don't do business with somebody. You don't want to be telling folks not to do business with somebody, because when you do, you are harming their business. And when you harm people's business, you are then, hello, Daddy 031, you are hitting them in the pocket. And if you hit somebody in the pocket and you hurt their finances or their business, then they're going to have a reason to come after you legally. Okay. So don't label people. Don't call them criminal. Don't say nothing about their sexual life. Don't say nothing about they got a disease. Number one. Number two, don't tell people not to do business with other people. Don't tell people not to do business with other people in your book, because that's a writing. Number three, when you're writing a book, okay, you don't want to be judgmental or conclusive. Don't be judgmental or conclusive. Don't be making decisions and saying things about people that are judgmental or conclusive. You want to show and not tell. You want to show and not tell. Let the readers come to their own conclusions, whether somebody is doing something good or whether somebody is doing something bad. Okay? All righty, folks. All right. Are you ready for number four? Number four, you got to respect people's privacy. Respect people's privacy. Okay? Come on in, everybody, on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are. Come in. I'm talking about 10 things you should never put in a book. 10 things you want to, ways you can avoid being sued. Okay? All right. So you want to respect privacy. Okay? In today's crowded world, privacy is more valuable than ever. People want privacy, and you want to always respect privacy and not put private things in a book that's going to cause somebody to say, oh, I'm coming after you. Okay? All right. Number five. Okay? Now, you want to be mindful of the fact that when you're writing a book, if you're writing and publishing a book and you say something that's emotional and it causes somebody money, money, it's going to get serious. Money and emotions going together can cause a real problem. Okay? Never discount the power of a mad person. A mad person can cause you a lot of problems. So if you're writing your book and you know that other person that you're writing about is still mad, they still hurt, they still angry, then you might want to pause on publishing whatever it is you think about writing about them, because they could be a problem for you. They could cause you a problem, and you want to watch out for that. You want to definitely watch out for that. Okay? Are you ready for number six? If you are mad as a wet hen, have you ever heard that expression? Any country people in the room, any country people in any of these platforms, you ever heard of mad as a wet hen? If you ever mad as a wet hen, you want to write out your anger. You want to sleep on your anger. Okay. So number 6 is halt. I want you to write it down. You might want to even put it in the comment box. HALT, halt, or HALTS, halts with an S. Never write anything and publish it when you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Never do that. Go somewhere and sit down and decompress. Okay, sit down and decompress. Never make a major move when you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. If you want to go off on somebody, you might want to go out in the woods and go off on a tree or something, or out someplace that you can scream all by yourself, but never do that in a book, because it'll come back to bite you, okay? But don't publish it. Write it out, but don't publish it, okay? Send it to someone with a cool head. If you remove the name of your actual target, wait a few days and listen to what that person's advice. And if you base a character, a real person, make sure you mask their identity. Make sure you remove the real person from it. Okay, remove the real person from it. That was number 6. Number 7. Are y'all getting value? If you're getting value and you're watching this on replay, go back and open on the replay, say value. If you're watching on replay on any of the platforms, put in the comment box these one-worders that I'm putting here, and they will help you stay out of trouble, and it will help you sleep at night when you write your book, okay, when you write your book. So number 6, are you ready? If you base a character on a real living person, mask their identity. Okay, I'm giving you ways to avoid getting sued. This is not legal advice. This is coaching, business coaching, and it's going to help you not get sued. You want to mask the person's identity. Okay, you don't want their identity to come up and be right out there on the front page. That person might come back and file a lawsuit against you. Okay, number 7. That was number 7. Number 8. Don't use the names or images for commercial purposes without express permission. If you're going to use someone's name for commercial purposes, then you will want to get permission. If you don't have people's permission, you got a problem, Julio. You got a problem. We got a problem. Okay. All right. Number nine. You want to, if I'm giving you ways you can avoid being sued. And these are authors who have had an interest in protecting their manuscript. They've had an interest in protecting their manuscript, and they wanted to avoid being sued. And as a result, they did much important research to not put themselves in a position so that they could be sued. Okay, not put themselves in a position so that they would be sued. That was number 9. Okay, now here's another one. Disclaimer. Did you hear what I said? Disclaimer. Always be free to add a disclaimer. Okay, add a disclaimer to your work. Okay, make the work of fiction if you want to just talk about somebody. If you want to make it really get off on somebody, then make it a fiction work. Do not write a real story and talk about somebody and think that you're going to not cause some problems, okay? You can get sued out here, authors, and you'll get sued the moment you very well think that when you're not expecting it, okay? When you're not expecting it. All right, are you ready for number 10? Number 10, 110, okay? If a person accuses you of defaming them or slandering them, someone accuse you of defaming or slandering them. Hello over on Periscope. Good to see all of you on Periscope. I'm teaching you 10 ways to not get sued, okay? How to avoid getting sued. Hello there over on Periscope. I see you there. Versi the vegan. Hi, hey, Queen. Good to see you. I'm talking of 10 ways to avoid getting sued. Okay. The next one is if you accuse somebody of a defamatory statement, considering publishing a retraction. Consider publishing a retraction. If you want to make it right with somebody, don't be afraid to say, oops. You cannot be afraid to say, oops, okay? You got to be able to say, I got it wrong. You got to be able to say, I got it wrong, okay? Now, what I'm talking about today is 10 ways to avoid being sued. 10 ways to avoid being sued. And I tell you this, people only sue best-selling authors. They only sue best-selling authors. Why do they only sue best-selling authors? They only sue best-selling authors because, you want to know why? Because best-selling authors are the ones who are making money. Best-selling authors are the ones who are making money. Okay? I trust you all have gotten great value from this training. I love to teach this because it helps authors think through and process thoughts that they hadn't considered. It helps them to go down a checklist. What I want this to be is a checklist, okay? This is not an exclusive checklist. This is a list that I want to just share with you that's going to help you think through some things. And if you got a real sensitive situation, then I'm going to encourage you to go seek a lawyer or go find an attorney or somebody that can help you really work through it. So let me just recap. Number 1, don't say anything about somebody's sexual or personal life or their career that's going to harm their business. Number 2, never say don't do business with somebody. Don't do that. You can't do that. Number 3, don't be conclusive and judgmental of people. Just show and tell. Show the people what the problem is and let them come to the conclusion. Number 4, respect people's privacy. You don't want to be using private information or private matters that belong to somebody and putting it out there in your book. That's not going to work. It's a publicity issue. Number 5, if you want to avoid being sued, be mindful of the me factor. Money and emotion. Never underestimate an angry husband or angry wife. Okay, as this coach was writing through her book, she had gone through a divorce, and she really wanted to make sure that she put out a book that would honor God and that wasn't angry. So what she do? She really, really worked through this book before she made it a best-selling book. You see, a best-selling book, but she had got it edited. She got coaching, she got support, and she made sure that this book was right and that it wasn't going to cause her to get into a lawsuit. Okay, that's number 5. Number 6, if you are mad as a wet hen, anybody from the country knows what I'm talking about. If you're mad as a wet hen, you ought to put wet hen in the comment box. You say, what in the world is a wet hen? A wet hen is just a chicken that got caught up in the rain. If you're mad as a wet hen, then you might want to go to bed, write it out, and sleep on it, okay? Don't publish anything like that, okay? Okay. If you are basing your book on a real character, then you know what you might want to do? Change the names and change the identity and change up a whole bunch of stuff so that that person is not out there on blast, okay? All right. Next thing is, don't use somebody's name or image without their permission. All right? Don't do it. You'll get in trouble. Number 9, use a disclaimer. Put in the comment box, disclaimer. Okay? A disclaimer is very important. That lets people know that I'm not responsible for what you do with the information that I'm sharing you. A disclaimer will put limitations on the information. Number 9 or number 10 or the last one is, don't be afraid to publish a retraction. Okay? A retraction. RETRACTION. A retraction. A retraction says what? A retraction says basically, oops, I was wrong. A retraction is a real big old oops, I was wrong. All right, folks. Simon 4 on Periscope. Good to see you. I wanted to jump in on this Friday evening and give you some real value for all of you who are writing your heartfelt story. You're writing your real story, and you're concerned, and you don't want this to go off wrong, and you're concerned about it, and you really want to publish your book right the first time so that it'll work for you for a lifetime, then I want to encourage you to go back and listen to this training. Tell some other people about this training. It's going to serve and support you in a big, big, big way. Okay? Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the world's only bookologist. I help you write a book, build a brand, and grow a business, saying to you, your value is unlimited, your worth is without measure, but your price is what you're willing to accept. But most importantly, I want to say to you that the most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. Bye-bye.